Since, like I said, we're not going to be doing the stoner score today because the industry is still at a little bit of a shutdown, I'm going to be doing my top five hip hop albums of the year of 2020, of course, the top five. Now, I know every year when I do this show, this audio podcast, I do promise to do a top 20, top this, top that, but I don't usually do that. But since this year, there's no music to review right now. No albums drop. No hip hop albums drop to review. So that's why I am going to do my top five. Top five. Now, like I said earlier, it's during the show, I do listen to a lot of albums once because I reviewed a lot of, I sat back and I thought about it and I reviewed a lot of albums. Not a in-depth review of this song, this tone, all that shit. But I get the stoner score to a lot of albums, a lot of hip hop albums. So I should do a top five things I remember. But the thing is, though, the Rolling Stoner podcast, I don't really remember things I say on this show. That's a fact. But it's not like when I first started, I used to listen back a lot. And I was like, oh, damn, I said that. like the next day when I published it and I listened to it, I was like, oh, that's what I was saying. What good were you? But I'm saying that because there's a lot of albums that did I review that album? I listened to that. But then there's some albums that I still go back to that are still, up there. I gotta give my criteria and how I came upon these top five artists. Now, most of them are younger and a lot of them showed growth. Like albums that are really wow. They were wow. And I have a whole bunch of reviews on them. Not full in-depth reviews, but reviews nonetheless. This is my collar off? Like, what's going on, G? I don't know about this collar, but so the top five. Now, so I have to give a few honorable mentions. Nas album was good. It was great, but it wasn't groundbreaking for Nas. A lot of artists on this list, their albums are a big difference, and they're usually younger artists, so their albums kind of showed evolution. Nas's album didn't, but it is honorable mention. Of course, Meet the Woo 2, Pop Smoke's album, honorable mention. It was a great album. I'd love to hear him again. King Von's album was great to listen to, but he's on the honorable mention. I know it's only top five, dog. It's only top five. I don't know what I'm trying to expand everything. It's just five, cuz. It's just five. All right, so now I'm gonna go over the top five. Hold on. One more honorable mention, Lil Baby's album. I did like his album, My Turn, that came out this past year. And and Lil Uzi. There's a lot of people, but this is just top five. I mean, there's a lot of people that dropped a lot of good albums that I could now remember, but it's only top five, man. It's not top 20. Maybe next year I'll do top 20, but we're just on the top five today. Okay, so let's start number five. We're gonna count down. Build the suspense up a little bit. Number five is Trippie Redd's album Pegasus. It's my number five because, of course, I don't usually listen to Trippie Redd because his style, his tone is not normally what I would chill with and listen to. So when I heard this album, because I was drawn in because of the title, because I had my own Pegasus. It was a Jeep, Pegasus. The title drew me in, and I listened to it, and it was like, wow, that's a great album. It's a great album. So he showed that he's an artist. He's not just a rapper. Now the top rap albums, they're not just rappers. Because I know rappers have been put on the bottom of the totem pole from all the major, although rap is like the biggest genre there is, but it's because that's how it's been from the past. They just haven't updated the system yet to know that rap is like on top. All your kids listen to rap, cuz. So I don't know. So again, Pegasus is number five. I don't know how I turned into talking about your kids, but Pegasus is number 5. All right. So let's move on to number 4. Yes, Lil Durk. I know it was a little bit of a cheat code because his is still new. It's still new. You should still go right back and listen to it. It's still new and fresh, but it was a great album. I did my breakdown review of it. Probably I should be posting those videos probably right about now or today or tomorrow. It'll be out on YouTube as well. So it's a great album. It's a go. It's number 4 of top 5 albums of 2020. It's a great album. It's very I don't say he was mourning, and I did the whole breakdown of that, so I don't want to go over it again here. It's a very, very good album. It showed that Lil Durk is more like these drill artists are just they're not just drill artists anymore. They're real full-fledged artists, man. They're on the next up. You feel me? It's a new generation of artists, and Lil Durk is a leader of that. So this album just proved it. It's number 4 on my list of top 5 albums of 2020. Okay, let's go on to what's number 3. Number 3 of top 5 albums of 2020, I'll say is, of course, NLE Chopper's From Dark to Light. Now, I did a review on it. You could go back to the videos or the video clips. You just go back to those. But it showed a lot of growth. Like a whole from dark to light. Even the name, the title symbolized what he went through. Like it showed a whole lot of growth from when he was first started. Just this one album showed like the most growth from when he first started. Because I remember when he first burst into the scene, he was a drill rapper, just like Lil Durk. They're drill rappers, but now they're not just drill rappers anymore, and this symbolized it for NLE Chopper. So that's why he's on number 3 from top 5 albums of 2020, From Dark to Light by NLE Chopper. Okay, and so now let's move on to number 2. Number 2 on the list of top 5 albums of 2020 is Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. Now, this album symbolized a whole movement. Now, a whole movement from underground becoming like mainstream. Now, it's a symbol for a whole movement. A whole movement. Now, I know diehard underground rap fans just want to keep it underground, but that's only because it's hard to keep your integrity and be at that top. It's hard. And if you could do that, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo is it. It's it. So this is number 2 on my top 5 albums of 2020. Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. And what is number 1? This one might be a shocker. It might be a shocker because it's an album I go back to just listen to chill, to shower. You feel me? You need an album to just go back to. And that is Savage Mode 2. Savage Mode 2. Mostly because of Metro Boomin, of course. 21 is good, but his hooks are not usually the best, man. Them hooks, G. The hooks just be non-existent sometimes. But this was a complete album I go back to today. So Savage Mode 2 is my number 1 album of 2020. Savage Mode 2 by 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Because I'm not going to go through all the exact reasons why, because you could just go back and listen. But of course, Metro Boomin was he set the stage on this one. And 21 Savage is a great rapper. The hooks could be a little, but he's a great rapper. So this is my number 1 album for 2020. Savage Mode 2. Dose. Savage Mode. Dope. So that has been the top 5 albums of 2020. All right. So it's not cool. This is the first episode of the year. You feel me? I'm doing a recap and shit. You feel me? That's what we're doing here now today, huh? Ain't that what we're doing? So